And welcome back to The Watchman. We are heading back to northern Iraq right now for our interview with the governor of Erbil as we learn more about this strategically important region called Iraqi Kurdistan. Well, Governor, thanks so much for joining us today. It's my first time in Kurdistan, and I'm very excited to be here.
It is a pleasure to have you.
Now, tell us why Kurdistan is such a pivotal country here in the region, in the Middle East, and for the world.
The Kurdistan region became a very important model in the Middle East after 1991 in terms of democracy and coexistence. It's been very important, especially in the Middle East, where there is all these conflicts between different religions and nationalities. Kurdistan became a safe place, and a place where there is peace and coexistence for everyone.
Governor, the United States and the people of Kurdistan have had a very special relationship, I would say, over the years. Talk about that close cooperation against the likes of ISIS, for instance, and how the Kurds and the U.S. have been such strong allies.
In 2003, when America was trying to change the Saddam Hussein regime in Iraq, Kurdistan region and the Peshmerga forces were a great partner of the coalition and the United States. And this relationship increased and developed until 2014, when the Kurdish Peshmerga and the Kurdistan region were the first line of defense for the international community against ISIS. And because we believe in the concept of coexistence in the region, we tried to stop the terrorists. And we did. This further developed our cooperation with the United States and the coalition. Kurdistan has always been a safe place for thousands of displaced persons and refugees from other countries where they are under attack from the ISIS threat.
Governor, you mentioned the Peshmerga, and I know people in America have great respect for the Peshmerga, the brave men and women in the Peshmerga. Tell us about the status, I guess you would say, of ISIS right now. The Peshmerga did just brave fighting on the ground against ISIS. ISIS has largely been crushed here in the region, but they still remain a threat. What's the situation right now with the ISIS threat here?
The Kurdish Peshmerga men and women defeated ISIS on the ground. But ISIS is also an idea, so we have to defeat this idea. They are not holding ground here any longer, but they still exist. The Kurdish people never wanted to be a part of this radical ideology, and we fought to keep it away from our region.
Governor, you live in a very tough neighborhood here, but you continue to have a great relationship with the United States, and you stand against the forces of radicalism. For people at home who might not know a lot about Kurdistan, what's a message you want to give to every American watching and to every Christian watching?
The Kurdistan region is in a very tough neighborhood. There are countries surrounding us that are having problems. There are 14 centuries of problems between Sunni and Shia. There are countries like Turkey and Iran, and they have their own interests in the region. So it has never been easy to keep this region safe with all the troubles in the area. My message for all the Christians around the world, especially for those who fled Iraq and are living abroad now, is we ask them to come back and continue their lives in peace with their own culture and history. We have protected Christian monasteries in the mountains here for 2,000 years.
Thanks again to Governor Hadi for joining us and to the Kurdistan Regional Government for being such gracious hosts throughout our trip. Well, coming up after the break, did you know that up to 200,000 Jews of Kurdish background live right here in Israel? Folks, this is an amazing story. Find out more after the break.